Hello, good morning, dear students. Today I will explain chapter 1 of class 9th, that is matter in our surroundings. We know that everything in this universe is made up of matter. We can define matter as anything which occupies space and has mass. Early Indian philosophers classified matter in the form of five basic elements. That is, they are air, earth, fire, water, and sky. So they were also called Panch Tattva. We see here that they are called Panch Tattva. Modern day scientists classify matter according to their physical and chemical properties. So first we will understand physical nature of matter. So the first physical characteristic of matter is made up of particles. And to understand this, we have an activity. This is activity 1. In this activity, when we dissolve some sugar or salt in water, the level of water does not increase. This shows that particles of sugar or salt take up the space between the particles of water. Or we can say that it is written here that yes, that is. When we dissolve salt in water, the particles of salt get into the spaces between particles of water. This is the second part of this characteristic. How small are these particles of matter? To understand this, another activity, this one. Yes. To understand this, let us perform another activity. In this experiment, we dilute KMnO4 solution of water, that is potassium permanganate solution. When we dilute it multiple times, we see that after every dilution, its color becomes lighter. So we conclude that there must be millions of tiny particles of potassium permanganate which keep on dividing themselves into smaller and smaller particles. From here, it is written that with every dilution, though the color becomes light, it is still visible. Means it does not disappear. The same activity can be done using 2 milliliters of Dettol instead of potassium permanganate. The smell can be detected even on repeated dilution. Now let us understand the second characteristic. These are characteristics of particles of matter. First one is particles of matter have space between them. In our first activity, we have concluded that when we dissolve salt in water, the particles of salt get into the spaces between particles of water. Thus, we can say that particles of matter have space between them. This is the second characteristic. This is particles of matter are continuously moving. Now let us understand with a few activities that how particles of matter are continuously moving. In the first activity we see that an unlit incense stick, that is dubbatti, cannot be smelled from a distance. But when we light it with a matchstick, we are able to sense its smell from a distance. This is because its particles spread in the air after burning and they start moving randomly in the air. In second activity, we put a drop of ink and a drop of honey in water. We see that ink spread quickly in water and after a few minutes, it spread evenly throughout the water. In our third activity, we see that when we put a small crystal of potassium permanganate in water, which is of red color, it starts dissolving without disturbing the water. It starts dissolving rapidly when we increase the temperature of the water. From these three activities, we conclude that particles of matter are continuously moving. From here, we can see that particles of matter are continuously moving. They have kinetic energy to move that increase on increasing their temperature. We also conclude that particles of matter intermix on their own with each other, which is known as diffusion. Rate of diffusion increases on increasing the kinetic energy of the particles. Thus, we can say that on heating, diffusion becomes faster. Let us discuss third characteristic of particles of matter, that is, particles of matter attract each other. Let us another activity in which some students are playing a game. So here an activity in which students are making four chains. In the first chain, students are asked to lock their hands with each other. In second chain, they are asked to hold their hands normally. In the third chain, they are asked to join just by touching their fingertips. And the fourth chain of student was asked to break these three chains one by one. We see that the first chain, this one, does not break easily. Second chain breaks with some light efforts and the third chain breaks without any effort. Now, if we consider each student as a particle, then in first chain, the particles held each other with the maximum force, means they lock with each other. Here, in activity 1.7, we see that we cannot break an iron nail by applying a force that is same as we use to break a piece of chalk. Thus from here we can say that particles of iron are held together with greater force. In activity 1.8, we take some water in a container and try to cutting the surface of water with fingers. So here we are not able to cut the surface of water. The reason here is particles of water attract each other and they get diffused. The above three activities 1.6, 1.7 and 1.8 suggest that particles of matter have force acting between them. This force keeps the particles together. The strength of this force of attraction varies from one kind of matter to another. So, we understand that different objects have different force of attraction in between their particles.